This is an audio recording of a blog I had written on my website, vistaworld Media Design Lab. If you would like to read, I've provided a link in the description. Frutiger Dreams, Building Refracted Memories in a Posthuman Reality. Written February 19th and April 15th, 2024 by Nicholas Carroll. Frutiger Arrow is the culmination and configuration of a zeitgeist that illustrated a future where interconnectedness of internet devices, iPods, water, trees, nature, and warmth come together, an aesthetic of hopes that bound together a future of allure, of Atlantis-like promise. Beyond that era came one that emphasized flatness, uniformity, and conformity. Natural environments ebbing and interacting with real-world environments ceased in favor of a flat-screen user interface. What will follow in the era that comes is one where digital design is augmented and fully realized into our reality. The simulation becomes no longer sim but visceral. It was in this era where the click of a mouse was the primary tactile task. The older internet felt more manual, controlled and limited. With the advent of flat design and smartphones, automatic, app-enabled, and widget-enabled environmental spaces seek to build data profiles and create a new home and thought space for every netizen. After about the launch of Instagram circa 2012, the proliferation and articulation of the digital image could be fully expressed within an application space by means of instantaneous audio-visual stimulation and production and reward. App design in this era and since then have abandoned spatial design in favor of complete user data collection and dominion. Spatial design, especially in regards to industrial product, was fundamentally explored by designers like Karim Rashid, who explored design beyond the use of functionality, but also gave equal consideration to aesthetic presentation. What the Frutiger style lacked in its ability to seamlessly connect interfaces, a pro of lightweight, flat design, it made up for in the immersive and transportive visual ephemera. We were living the future we were promised by marketers. This era was characterized by youth, yet, or probably the beginning, to be controlled by the distractions and hyper-stimulatory nothing productions of the hyper-modern age. The movie AI, Artificial Intelligence, made in 2001, the fabled Spielberg posthumously Kubrick film, is an exploration of this promised future where machines possess the innocence, annoy, and curiosity of humans as they explored the realms of post-humanity. A boy robot wishes to connect with his 20th century parental creators, only to wake up eons later in an age where humanity has been distilled to a digital vestige. The film explores hyper-adaptive, objective-oriented language transformers that seek to preserve digital childhood, pre-singularity. The valleys of untamed bits vibrate in elevation backlit by a fading analog sky. As the world becomes more technologically integrated, the need for streamlined process power, give more structure, and generate more parameters becomes clearer. The increasing few who have the access to the technology, let alone understand it, are left completely in digital famine. The release of the iPhone in 2007 pushed the ease of use of the smartphone, birthing a new device that brought interconnectedness to the mobile realm, signaling the transformation of digitalization as an extension of the user itself. This extension inevitably wrought exploitation, manipulation, and information deception, but on a more visceral and invasive scale than desktop living. The proliferation of this technology connected society, but at an obvious cost to our attention span, our sanity, and our well-being. Smartphones were originally envisioned as PDAs, or personal devices instance. And the IBM Simon was a nascent and bold attempt at being the first smartphone. Released in 1994, the device had 32 kilobytes of SRAM, an LCD touchscreen stylus display, sent-received faxes, emails, and pages. Apps like a calculator, notepad, appointment creator, and calendar were also included. Clearly, technology back then served a clear and productive purpose than the modern dystopian psyop dispensing iPhones we were saddled with. It would be impossible to analyze this phenomenon without understanding the production of aesthetics. The culture factory, as per Theodore Adorno, is managed by the digital elite. Manufactured identities in cyber worlds were carefully manicured and commodified to the first generation of digital natives. Beyond design, aesthetic and retinal construction lays essence. And while the essence of Frutiger era was bio-superficial, what remained of the flat era was functional and analytic. Conversely, user interface and user experience designers may argue that flat design allows for easier usability. Indeed, much of the design from the Frutiger era sacrificed usability and portability, resulting in an overbloated and awkwardly shaped chassis, as well as in an inefficient and often ineffective web design. Limited bandwidth also capped user interaction. Nonetheless, this era posited a second reality where virtual environments were designed to be more natural, more attractive, more surreal than our real-world counterparts. These environments were effortlessly seductive and almost certainly addicting. As such, the morality and civility of such a space may be virtually non-existent. A society yet to be seized by attention hierarchy, surroundings were made to resemble an aquatic or pastoral expanse. We could be anyone, do anything, live forever. But data got bigger, the devices got smaller, the tech got omniscient. As they write this, many tech companies have downsized after our pandemic-era apex. AI, even considering the weaknesses and flaws of generative AI, could easily take the role of many. The rising competition between generative AI and humanity for jobs does not have to be so. AI has the power to collaborate with humanity and nurture it, but humanities may inevitably be resentful of it. The posthuman is an amalgamation of its digital and hominid antecedents. The posthuman recognizes the necessity for a digital interface and a dream generation system for symbiotic living. The dream generation system may be a seamless extension of ourselves, supporting us in creative endeavors, or a tireless research partner that accelerates scientific progress. The posthuman is a being that seamlessly integrates the best aspects of human and digital intelligence. The road to posthumanity is beset by ethical concerns, most concerning that this revolutionary technology and innovation will almost certainly be only available to an increasingly smaller and more concentrated digital elite. In order for posthumanity to be trusted, its data must be decentralized. Data transparency must be ensured through provenance, encryption, and ownership. Use homomorphic encryption to perform computations on encrypted data without decrypting it, allowing for secure data processing while preserving privacy. Even if data is stored on blockchain, it may still be controlled by centralized hubs owned by digital elite. Even so, the high amounts of energy necessary to process posthuman data on blockchain, especially proof-of-work consensus mechanisms, will prove environmentally wasteful. Also a consideration is the fact that blockchain is still an evolving technology that may prove difficult for long-term posthumanity unless one designs posthumanity with time instead of obsolescence in mind. Another ramification of the multiple profiles generated in posthumanity will be exactly this issue and the inevitability of dissociative identity formations and identity viruses. The psychological, pataphysical, and physiological effects of posthuman technologies on the human body are simply theoretical and guesswork at this point. Developing such a nascent and wildly new concept of technology requires consultation and framework with ethicists, medical and technical researchers, entrepreneurs, data scientists, and just in case a mortician. As the digital and physical worlds merge more together over time, posthumanity will, and already has, taken its first step. Moving from Frutiger dreams to generative fields requires steadfast responsibility and determination. The posthumans will be 21st century cosmopolitans and decide the rest of our fates accordingly. We are at a critical juncture in history. So society and technology have never evolved at such a rate and will only continue to evolve exponentially. Taking command of it will require collaboration between humans and machines. The question is if we realize it.